Welcome back to another episode in a treasure trove of tried and true trumpet tips. In the fall of 2015, I had a sabbatical leave from my teaching position at the University of South Alabama, and I went to Bloomington, Indiana to attend the International Trumpet Making Workshop. At that workshop, I built this instrument, which is a replica of an instrument manufactured in 1632 by Hans Heinlein in Munich, Germany. What we have here is a length of tube, which, if you stretch it out, is about 9 feet long, which is about double the modern B-flat trumpet, which is approximately 4.5 feet long. My project that semester was not only to build this instrument, but then also to learn to play it. I took some lessons with some experts in the field and prepared a recital for that coming spring. Over the course of that semester, practicing on this instrument a great deal, I found my improvement on the modern trumpet to be so dramatic and exciting that I wanted to really share that information with my students. The problem, though, is that most of my students don't have a natural trumpet to play, and most of them can't afford to go buy one. I read a very intriguing article in the ITG Journal that semester about this program in Chicago called Brass for Beginners, in which they build very inexpensive natural trumpets for all beginners to play. This includes kids of all ages, of course, beginning ability levels, and they are also extremely affordable for everyone. In this Brass for Beginners program, they went to area music stores and purchased a bunch of inexpensive trumpets that were no longer functioning, and they removed the valve sections and many of the pipes, leaving just a bell and a lead pipe, like this. And then they went to the hardware store and purchased about 5.5 or 6 feet of hose, kitchen sink sprayer hose, and they attached each end of the hose to each end of the trumpet, like this. And by hooking up the tubing like this, they came up with these really interesting looking and fun looking natural trumpets that actually work. One of the inherent challenges in playing an actual historical natural trumpet is that they require a special mouthpiece. The mouthpiece on those are a bit larger than what we use on our modern trumpets, and so they won't fit in a modern trumpet. Therefore, that's one of the great benefits of playing these instruments. It's because our regular modern mouthpiece fits right in the receiver. As you hopefully can hear, these instruments sound very much like the more expensive historical natural trumpets, and we can derive virtually all the same benefits from learning to play this. Well, I thought this was such a great thing, knowing that my students could achieve many of the same benefits that I achieved that semester, and so I went to my local music store and got a couple of trumpet bells and lead pipes from old instruments, and I went to my local hardware store and got some kitchen sink hose, and I made several of these for my studio. Frequently in lessons, I warm up with students on a series of natural trumpet warm-up exercises from the Dovernay trumpet method. Check out my natural trumpet exercise video, which has all these Dovernay exercises with a backing track included. Well, after practicing on this kind of an instrument for about 10 minutes a day, students were really able to see some incredible immediate changes in their playing. So I searched the internet, including eBay, for old broken trumpets to see if I could buy a bunch of these so that all my students could have one, but I had a hard time finding them for an inexpensive enough price. Then along came the COVID-19 pandemic, and because of course students are no longer able to share instruments, I put these in the closet for a couple of years and we didn't play them. Then in the fall of 2021, it suddenly dawned on me one day, why do we need these special bell and lead pipe combinations? Why couldn't we just use our own modern trumpets with a little bit of tubing attached? And lo and behold, it actually worked. The students found that their playing on the modern trumpet was much more centered and efficient and easy, and everything just spoke really clearly. For a long time, I even thought it would be really cool to start a Baroque trumpet ensemble using these instruments. So here's what I did. You take your modern trumpet, remove the tuning slide, measure out and cut off about 5.5 feet of hose. Take one end and insert it over the lead pipe. And then you take the other tube and you insert it over the other tube where the tuning slide goes in. So there you have it. And what we've essentially done here is doubled the overall length of the B-flat trumpet, and that drops the pitch of everything down an octave. So normally our open notes are C, G, C, E, G. So that's C, E, G, open up here, now is down an octave. We now can play a low C, E, G open. I'm not sure I'd want to perform on this in a professional setting necessarily, but I will say that warming up and practicing on this instrument on a daily basis does amazing things for the chops. One of the most important things you want to think about when practicing on an instrument like this is simply making a fat centered sound. You want to practice long notes at first until you find that fat center of the tone. Then, once you find that center of the pitch or that fat tone quality on most of your notes, you can start to play some faster passages, like this. And then you start to gain much greater control over all the notes on the instrument. And what you want to do is just warm up and practice on this for about 10 minutes a day, and you'll find incredible benefits coming very, very quickly. Try it out. Less than $10. You can't beat it. And then check out my other video with the Dovernay natural trumpet exercises. I hope you enjoyed that. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more trumpet content. See you next time.